Every time a new foldable comes out, it normally takes a few weeks before some enterprising individual makes a skin for a DS emulator to work on it. And today, we are talking about exactly that because we have this post from That's John in the Pixel Fold subreddit where they made an image, which you can see here, to be a skin in the Drastic DS emulator. Luckily enough, they did post the link to it. So we're going to take my Pixel 9 Pro Fold, and I'm going to show you how to set this up and how to turn your Pixel 9 Pro Fold into a Nintendo DS emulator. So obviously, the first thing we're going to do is click on the link in the description to go to this thread, scroll down, and find where they have posted the Google Drive link, and it will open up just like this. And it looks like we have a few different options. So there's this one here that has the top screen being much larger. Editor Shane here, maybe you noticed something that past Shane didn't know. That one is not just for having the top screen be larger. If I had read a bit more closely, that one is for the original Pixel Fold. I am mistaken and I download the wrong one. So don't do exactly what I do here. Download the one that specifically says DS Pixel Fold 9 Pro. You'll see it at the bottom. Ignore what I'm about to do. Don't do what I'm about to do. Download the right one. I correct myself later, but just letting you know that now. There's this one that has them being the same, and then there's this one which just has like a different color gradient. Maybe it's between those two, actually. We're going to go with this one because I like that one. So we're going to click on that, and we're going to download it. Now, I've downloaded that image directly onto my PC. You're going to see how I'm going to do it, but as long as the files get to the right locations, however you want to do it, it's going to work just fine. So back over here on my Pixel 9 Pro Fold, we're going to jump into the Google Play Store because we need to download that Drastic emulator. So just search for Drastic. That's the one there. We're going to go ahead and give that an install. I would also recommend that you download a file explorer of some kind. The one I'm going to be using is called CX File Explorer. Again, you can use whatever sort of file explorer you want. So inside the file browser of choice that you do use, we're going to jump into main storage and we need to create a folder. I don't think you had to do this in the past with Drastic, but some things have changed and now you have to do this. So we're going to do a new folder and we're going to call it Drastic. So now in the Drastic emulator, let's go into change options. Then I believe it's under general and we are looking for system directory at the very bottom. If we click on that, we are able to do scoped storage folder, and then we're going to look for the Drastic folder that we just now made, and we're going to say use that folder. At that point, we need to restart Drastic for it to take effect. So let's fire Drastic back up, system migration. So it's going to copy all of those files into that new folder. Do you want to delete the source data after it's copied? Sure, that's fine. So it's going to copy everything into that new folder that you just created. At that point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab that file that I just downloaded using CX File Explorer. I have a Windows computer and I have a couple of shared network drives. That's what this is. So I'm just going to grab it that way. So we're going to tick that box and I'm going to click on copy. And now I'm going to go back to my main storage. We're going to go to Drastic and we are looking for backgrounds and we're going to paste that in. So now the image is in the correct location. So now inside Drastic, we're going to load a new game and it's asking you where do you keep your games. So I do actually have a folder called ROMs right there. So we're going to use that folder and allow it to have access to it. And we're going to fire up Mario Kart just as a game that is going to show this. And what we need to do now is actually change the layout and apply that skin. So I'm going to rotate the device so that the hinge is in the place that the hinge on the Nintendo DS would be. And then at the very bottom, you see this little half circle with an arrow. We're going to click on that. And we're going to go into menu. We are now looking for edit screens and virtual pad. And we're selecting the one that's bolded, landscape 1:1. We're going to then click on menu. And then we're going to look for set background image. Select the correct one, the one that says 9 Pro Fold. And we're going to apply that. You now will have this sort of image overlaid. So at the bottom right, resize screen. You're going to select the screen and then click on resize screen. You should be able to drag it into place and then resize it such that it fits into that area. You should be able to then do the same thing for the other one, and that's pretty much the perfect size already. So we've already made a lot of good progress. So we're going to click on back. Now on menu, we're going to do edit controller layout. And for each of these controls, what you're going to do is you're going to just drag them into place. So again, click it and then click on resize, and you can shrink the thing down and then get it to overlay the controls. We're going to grab these and we're going to shrink them down until they fit relatively well on top of those controls. For your shoulder buttons, there's really not much you can do, so I just kind of put them like in that general area so that they're kind of around where they would normally be. Now, something that actually gave me a little bit of trouble that I figured out how to fix, I couldn't find the start and select buttons. They don't appear to be on the screen anywhere. Well, I rotated my device, and lo and behold, they are just off the screen. So you're going to want to rotate it and then drag that control up onto the screen into the correct location, as I am trying to do here. And now when you rotate the thing back, you should be able to get them into the correct spot again. This is probably just due to the fact that you have this black bar on the screen for whatever reason. So make sure you rotate to get your start select buttons where they should be. So again, apply and make sure to click save as a global layout in that little more section. And we should be pretty much good to go at that point. Now you can see that some of the controls are visible on top of the controls that are already there. So you can actually kind of help with that as well. If you click on that button and then we go back into our menu, we're looking for options and then virtual gamepad. And I think that you can change the controller opacity to 0. And now those controls rather, should still be functional, but they will be invisible. And you can see that that is working. From there, you should have a perfectly functional Nintendo DS emulator that looks absolutely fantastic. Now, obviously, if you really want to go crazy, you could get a controller grip of some kind and maybe, attach that to it instead. But if you just want that, like, really pure aesthetic, I think that that is a really good way to go. And I do need to say, again, thank you to That's John for your work here, because you've done a great job. I'm going to push everybody directly towards this thread. Go there, give that thread an upvote, and say thanks to John for some really, really cool stuff. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more content like this, and until next time, stay nerdy, my friends.